Oh, I like that.
Oh, fuck. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
We got completely bamboozled here. Just as we went live, Ryan Stegman decided he was the creator of Kill Your Darlings. A creator of nothing.
Oh, wow.
Jesus. That's not
Here,
true,
actually,
Ryan.
I'll change. I got a name change. You go ahead. You start doing your thing.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special live stream with, let's get the roundup here. I'm Griffin Sheridan. That is Ethan S. Parker, and that is BOB QUINN, aka Cool Guy, and Rydog Coattail Rider.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some big names. I can't believe we got them for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody,
I don't know how I got here either.
we finally did it. For those of you who have been following along at home, Ethan and I have been working on getting a comic book made, and have had the mentorship of Mr. Ryan Stegman down here in the corner. You know, you've seen our three faces grouped together for almost half a decade now, which is kind of insane to say.
Mm-hmm.
And in that time,
it's felt like a decade at least.
at least a single full decade. And in that time, we've been trying to make a comic book. Oh my God, we did finally make a comic book, Ethan, and it's out and in your local comic book shop. Maybe if they didn't sell out of it, I guess, Ethan. I don't know how else to say that.
Apparently, it's pretty sold out. We're hearing a lot of people trying to get their hands on it, and they can't, which is insane. I thought shops would be having to just like give them out for free just to get the copies out the fucking door.
Sandwich
That's
boards.
pretty impressive.
Buy this book, please. We ordered too many.
The hype was very real. And the people who seem to have shown up for Kill Your Darlings, #1, co-written by me and Ethan, and drawn by BOB QUINN, with a very special variant cover by Ryan Stegman. And not present tonight, letter designer John J. Hill. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight to talk about this book.
No problem.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan.
It was a pleasure to be here. Griffin and Ethan.
Oh yeah, thank you, Bob. Appreciate
I
you
love
being
how
here.
I love how Stegman, like, didn't work on the book, just did a cover under duress. So he's mostly just here to derail, to mock.
The idea was you guys were supposed to be mean to me the whole time, but we didn't get to talk about it beforehand because Ethan's internet wasn't working.
Doing my best.
Because apparently his hair doesn't conduct Wi-Fi the way you think it would.
It's like a concrete wall surrounding his phone. Yeah.
There's nothing electrical about my hair. There's a biome in there. There's a lot of wildlife, but there's no. Yeah. It doesn't help with any of that. No.
We're here talking about Kill Your Darlings #1. If you have any questions or comments for us, drop them in the chat. But we're gonna have a conversation for about the next 30 minutes or so, and then we'll be hopping over to our after show with the KLC VIP. If you're interested in that, check out the latest post, klcpress.com, while we do this conversation.
Sign up today. What incredible benefits could the purchasers of such a membership expect? Griffin Sheridan and Ethan Parker. What are they getting for their Substack stuff?
That's a great question, BOB QUINN, cool guy. You get to join us for the after shows, for the Kill Your Darlings after shows, which we're doing after every issue. The thing that we're doing tonight, and you get early digital copies of Ryan Stegman Presents, KLC Presents, Ryan Stegman and Kenny Porter and Tyrell Cannon's The Schlub.
Is this the full title? Jesus Christ.
Yes. Ryan Stegman, you've got a book coming out right now. It's called The Schlub. People can read it early over on KLC Press digitally. And we're going to drop issue 2 in the next week. How do you feel about that before we get further?
Don't really care.
Okay. Interesting.
This is all Kill Your Darlings.
Oh my God.
Oh, what a guy.
How do you feel, Father? We're here. We did it.
I'm proud. Well, like I was just telling Bob before we got on the air. I am mystified that he agreed to do this with you guys. And then not only that, but then that it worked out and the reviews are great and the book is a hit. And I mean, I'm very proud of you guys, honestly, but just also baffled.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think we're feeling a lot of the same things. I think
we're also baffled. I will say too, every time we share anything about the book with you, Ryan, your only response, it feels like, is you guys are so fucking lucky to have Bob. That's always your comment.
Well, truly. So like the first time because Griffin was here, I kept not reading it because I'm the world's busiest man apparently. But true. Griffin was here at my house and he made me sit down and read the first 2 issues, like while he stared at me.
Well, it was no. We had gotten done with a whatnot stream, and I was just in your basement packing shit up, and it was on my to-do list to talk to you about your variant cover, and you were like, I haven't read it. And so I stopped packing. I was like, bring me your fucking iPad. Here. I didn't think I gave you my iPad. I was like, it's literally right in front of you. Here it is. Read it. And as he was reading it, he was just making these like, oh nice.
Yes, he's gone.
Can't take it.
Finally, it's gone.
Finally.
No, I was actually really happy that it was good. I wouldn't say. I mean, I knew that you guys were going to learn quickly and everything, but I was pretty shocked at how good it was right out of the gate. And also, I think I told you right away. I was like, this just like looks and feels like an Image comic book. Like it has the concept and everything, the sort of material that it was all the stuff that Image fans want. So I had a feeling it was going to do well. I think I was going to guess about 20,000 copies on the first one, but you guys blew me out of the water. So
whoops. Well, thank you for those kind words, sir. And in that same night you read it, and then immediately I was just like, okay, what's the cover that you want to do? And you're like, I think it's this, and you did a real quick thumbnail sketch of it, and we're like, okay, fuck yeah. And and now people have seen your cover be quite a bit, obviously, and I've had the pleasure of chatting with some folks at these signings that we've been doing, and everyone sees your cover and is just like fucking haunted by it. It is
pretty creepy.
It is like
with
extremely disturbing.
Also.
Yes, Bob colors it. And so brings that same, it has the same feeling that the inside of the book does. And that's what we love about it, is that it's like the sort of a marriage of we get your Stegman pencils and inks in there, and then Bob makes it feel like it's in the same family with the colors. And yeah, everyone picks it up and is like, oh my God. And I'm always kind of like, yeah, Ryan just kind of did that. We didn't really give him any direction. That was just full Ryan Stegman thought.
It was a lot of badgering.
Like super fucking creepy. Well, I mean, yeah, we were like, draw it. And then you're like, okay,
let's not forget that you were sitting in his basement, like badgering him to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you made an extremely disturbing thing with no direction from us about what to draw. You just said this, and now everybody picks it up and is like, oh my God. And the ease with which that sort of came out of you, I feel like is also what Ethan and I have been experiencing on it, where it was a similar thing when people who have read it are like, oh my God. And then we sort of look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, we wrote a really fucking upsetting thing. It's yeah. So in the rear view,
you did
I kind of
this.
forgot
this
about
is
that.
Your fault.
Dude, what the fuck? And then that puts into perspective everything that we have you draw, Bob, is just kind of like, oh fuck, oh no, wait, oh God, what did we have Bob draw? Oh fuck, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry.
And then the exercise has been slowly desensitizing me to all the gross shit that you guys have me draw, to the point where now that we're well beyond the first 3 or 4 issues, it's so gross that I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore. It's not entirely. Yes,
I want to ask a question of Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
walk me through walk me through how this came to be, because it's actually unbelievable to me. They hit the lottery and I don't understand how. I need to know how to replicate this.
Yeah, it was very simple. They emailed me and then I said, okay, let's do it. I mean, it really was about as simple as that. I get an email from two guys I'd never heard of who said they had a book set up at Image, and like I was like, well, I'd like to do a book at Image, and I've been working on all this Marvel stuff, and I've like this is I don't there's no like easy way to say this, but like a lot of times when you're working at Big Two, sometimes because of timelines and because of like the division of labor and stuff like that, you feel like you're having to compromise every now and then. And I was like, well, this if I can get in at Image and these guys are even half as good as this pitch is, maybe I'll be able to position myself where I can just run the art duties on the book and I won't have to turn in something where I look at it and go, I wish I would have done this, but I didn't want to pester the colorist because he had to do 4 pages a day in order to hit his deadline, right? Or I could just sit down and go, okay, well, here's how much time I have to do it. Perfect. This is exactly the way I want it to look. I don't have to leave anything ostensibly on the drawing board as like, well, it's good enough. And I don't know. It was just sort of one of those situations where like I felt like at that point I had to do something that I really, really owned and really like got to control soup to nuts art wise. So when it came out that it was like, hey, there's these two guys, and the pitch was something that like if I were to write something for myself, I was like, well, this is probably along the lines of something I might do for myself. Outside, like outside of obviously the horror aspect, which we can talk about at some point. But I was like, you know, story. I like stories about kids.
This is a Bob Quinn book, but disgusting.
Yeah, this is like if I did something gross and bad.
No.
But it was like this. You know, I like kid protagonists. I like weird fantasy stuff. Like a lot of like sort of the thematic stuff. I thought was really, really interesting and good. And I was like, screw it. You know, time to bet big on my ability to draw a good book and these two dudes. And you know, here we are.
Right.
So Ryan, I think what he's saying is that the secret that you should start applying is just having faith in us. That's something you haven't tried before.
No, what you need to do is
did it.
you need to find artists who have had traumatic brain injuries and they are not averse to extreme risk taking.
Oh, okay. No, so here's a question for Griffin and Ethan. How come you guys are doing so, like, this is a weird way to phrase it, but you guys, the way that you write it is very visual and you let the art breathe. How did you figure out how to do that when 90% of comic book artists still can't do it, or writers can't do it?
I think we just, I don't know, read all the right stuff growing up and knew what we liked enough that we were just like, well, we want to do that. And I don't know, we were writing this in the midst of everything that you and Donnie were doing, and so there was like constant talk about Donnie just being like, I don't know, this is the part where I just tell Ryan to just fucking go ham on it, and we're just like, yeah, yes, because that's, you know, it is such a visual medium, and we love when it's just like the visuals can speak for themselves, and so I don't know, that's just what we like.
I think one of our only major strengths is just learning the right lessons from stuff that we love. Yeah, it's like just look, because Griffin and I have called each other and complained about reading things that we turn the page and you're hit with a wall of text and you're just like, Jesus Christ. And so like we love books, like you and Donnie have made, you know, like Saga, like these kind of books that you can just like, you just pour through it. You can't stop turning the pages, and they don't tell you everything that's going on. They don't spell everything out for you. And so, yeah, I think like just one of the biggest pieces of advice that we've taken from all the creators we've been lucky enough to work with is stay out of the art's way. And I think that's been one of the most valuable guiding principles for us, for sure.
Yeah, I think that a lot of writers say that and then they don't do it. So, but you're correct. Donnie is one of the best at it. And that, you know, I feel like I'm writing stuff now, and I feel like I have learned that from him as well, where it's just like, but is this going to look cool? You know?
Yeah.
And then you just do it if it's going to look cool.
And Bob has turned in many, well, this looks fucking cool panels. And that's when we're just like, maybe we should just get rid of that little line there. We'll just get rid of that, and it's all good.
Yeah, if there's words on the page, they got to be adding something. They can't
Yeah,
just,
it's like, you know, if comics are on a very like the baseline sense, you know, just the marriage of words to images, and one has to be like, they sort of have to be amplifying each other if both are going to be there. If we're going to put words over a picture, it has to be sort of elevating that to a new place instead of just explaining what the image is, basically. So
yeah, and if ideally, if I'm doing my job right, you can feel comfortable cutting a few lines here and there, because it's like, oh no, that he's already
clear.
telling us that without having to have all these words in it.
You know, I don't want to get into the like a habit of doing this, but there was an exchange that like happened on Twitter where somebody was complaining that there wasn't enough dialogue or words on the page during the climax of issue 1, and yeah, I was just kind of floored by that.
Well, yeah, they're wrong.
Yeah, and I stepped in and because they were also kind of like, it's weird for a book called Kill Your Darlings that there's no dialogue on this, and I was kind of like, well, that was the darling that we killed.
I thought this was so insane to step in and respond. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was kind of so taken aback by it, because it's one of my favorite parts of the issue is when we are just totally like, all right, bye. Bob's going to draw fucking 6 pages
Bob's taking
in a row with basically nothing on it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right though. Like if you think about it, when you're a kid and you read the Sunday comics, you know, and then you get to you read all these ones and they're snappy and fun, and then you get to Kathy, and there's just like a wall of text in that fucking thing.
It's called the Kathy effect.
I'll tell you one quick story too. That I knew a guy early on in my comics career, early on, like you know, first book type stuff. And this guy had this book out, and it looked great. He had a great artist, and I read it, and I was like, I can't. There's so many words in this that I don't even know what they are. Like I can't figure out what they're saying. And I was like, you have like a crazy vocabulary. How do you have such a crazy vocabulary? And he was like, oh, I went through the dialogue that I'd written, and then I just took every word and looked in the thesaurus for a different, more complicated word. And he did that for the entire book.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow. I like the idea that, like, you know, quality writing is just made up of the most words that make you go, yeah. What is that?
That sounds smart.
I think I know what this means, but is that what it means? Oh, it is. Cool.
Last night, Harrison, my 9-year-old, he asked me to read him Redwall. Do you guys know Redwall, that book? Fantasy Mice book. So I'm reading it to him. And then afterwards, I was like, you know, I can buy you this book, because I was reading it on the Kindle. I was like, if you want to read this yourself, I can buy it for you. And he goes, no, thanks. I don't like books with all that fancy talk. Like the words were too big, so that's what he called it, fancy talk.
Well, I can happily say that there is almost no fancy talk in Kill Your Darlings #1.
There's barely any words.
Yep.
Quit your jobs, chase your dreams. Is the life lesson here, everybody.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah, I think so. Bob,
believe in two children who approach you with their book idea. Yeah, everybody should do that.
Please, will you draw it?
Hi, we're the Supple Boys. We
did not introduce ourselves as the Supple Boys.
I know.
The Supple Boys is always like a thing.
Might have heard of us.
The Supple Boys in the past year has become a thing that we know we have to unveil at some point early, because we don't want it to get to the point where someone's like, hey, what the fuck is this Supple Boys thing? We have to be like, hey, yeah, what do you think? And then meeting, date number 2 is where we're like, also, hey, you gotta know that in some corners of the internet, we are called the Supple Boys.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out what
a
I would have
nickname.
done if I had received an email and been like, "Hi, this is Ethan and Griffin, the Supple Boys. You may have heard of us." I'd be like, "Okay."
Delete.
Yeah, we're opening with Supple. That's cool, I guess.
I think that would have been a good attention for me. That I would have been like, wait, what?
Hey.
How supple are we talking here?
I mean, that's just that's what we gotta start putting in the emails that we send editors. I think, Ethan. Supple Boys! Exclamation point. We write! Exclamation point. How's that?
Somebody in the
Have
chat
your readers
asked,
been telling you that your books aren't supple enough?
Yeah, I'm gonna put thick covers on them. Somebody asked if Oliver or Harrison has read Kill Your Darlings, and the answer is no. But
Ryan barely read Kill Your Darlings.
No, Oliver has been asking. Remember, he saw me do the cover for issue 1, and he was like, "I want to read that." And I was like, "All right, you can read it on my iPad or whatever." He's like, "I'll wait till you get some." So I'm gonna grab one of the comps and give it to him because I forgot about that. But yeah, he for a long time he kept saying, "I want to read that. I want to read that," because I mean, it's stuffed animals with their heads chopped off. I mean, what's not?
You do remember what happens in later issues, right?
Oh, he reads it. You know, he reads all this manga that I don't even know what's going on in it. He's 5'10", like,
dude. Yeah,
it's time.
Every time I walk in, I'm just like, God damn it! Oh, I got so fucked. This
MPAA changed the rating system.
Than me.
Yeah, the MPAA changed the rating system. It's not PG-13. It's PG-6 and 5'10". Like, you must be this tall to watch this movie. You can handle it. Tall children statistically can handle really gross stuff and more boobs than shorter people. You can look it up.
Is this why I got stopped on the way into Oppenheimer and someone was like, and they brought it.
Who's allowing this bearded child in here?
Wait a minute. Sir, you are not tall enough to see this movie.
Yeah.
It's like an actual fucking nightmare. That's the stress nightmare for me.
That's great.
I'm going to start moving through this. All right. Hey,
could you change your name on the screen to Bearded Child, please?
Yeah. I'm so sorry, Griff.
Oh, damn it, dude. You're just talking about Supple Boys, and now I am Bearded Child. God damn it. All right. Is it better or worse than Pethan? I don't know.
What are
Pethan
the other?
Is like the Luke of our universe. Like in the bigger Luke, you are Ethan and just Pethan, which is just Ethan with a P in front of it. Look at this. Okay, I'm moving through some of these. Carson, what is up, my friend? I am also hype. Lazar Lilik, Supple Supremacy. Let's go. It's true. It's here. It's happening now. Abigail, hello. Shannon, hello. It was great seeing you in Roseville the other day. Yesterday. I have no concept of time anymore.
Yeah,
everyone's
Shannon's
here. Stinker Buns.
I need to go to the place that he works at, the wine thing.
Stinker Bun says that we made a book and now we can show up late to everything. Celebrity entrances from the Supple Boys moving forward.
Hey, you learn from the best.
That is true. Fame has really gone to their heads. I would agree if has gone to our heads, you mean Ethan and I call each other up about 2 or 3 times a day for the past week going, what the fuck is going on, man? Holy shit. Okay, that's pretty good. Shannon says we're fielding phone calls from Amazon execs. I wish we weren't on strike so we could make something that would be cool. Anyway, hashtag let's pay people. How about that?
No, be a scab. Make your show.
I gotta join Bill Maher, Drew Barrymore.
You
know, fucking A. What's Kill Your Darlings again? Andrew is asking. Andrew, aren't you in school or something right now? What are you doing?
He's probably driving.
he's in the chat while he's doing a fucking roundabout. What's up, beautiful people? Hello. Is a roundabout just a Michigan thing, or are those all over the place?
Oh, they're all over the place. Don't you worry.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
great.
we're late to
I know
the party.
there's-
I think actually in
Yeah.
Michigan.
Oh, really? Okay. Because
Yeah.
we were doing fucking 4-way stops forever. We were just
Yeah.
like, this is the best way to do this. Clearly.
They're real big in Europe. This is a very American centric.
Lex,
Yeah.
what's up, Lex? We did do it. We made a comic book. It's crazy. Owen, congrats on the release of Kill Your Darlings, as it was an incredible book. It makes me jealous that Ethan Griffin's first book was this good. And second, congrats on getting a second printing. Thank you, Owen. We worked tirelessly on it for 3 years, and a lot of that 3 years was just issue 1. Because we wanted to make sure that issue 1 ripped about as hard as it possibly could. So I'm glad.
Now, don't worry, the
seems to
rest
be
of
doing
them
the case.
are super duper good too. So you have that to look
Yes.
forward to.
Yeah, we just need to make sure we came out of the cannon with enough heat. And second printing is coming. Oh my god, October 11th. It'll hit shelves 1 week before issue 2. So it's just in time for you to grab it if you weren't able to grab the first printing. And then a week later, you don't even have to wait as long. Look at that. Those people getting the second printing really are the lucky ones, because
They're like, "Is this a weekly comic?" And I'm like, "No, it's not."
No.
But you could do that.
I have.
Bob is
done
so
it.
fast that he could do.
In the early
He would
days
just
of my
die.
career, I did an issue of a Flash Gordon comic in 1 week. Don't do it.
Holy crap!
It
I've
was
never
it,
done anything like that.
it was not good. It was
Well,
not good.
I mean, you don't have enough time to do
Disgusting,
it,
dude.
so
True.
I'm sure it was good for 1 week.
It was okay for 1 week.
Danny says that if you Google Kill Your Darlings comic review, 2 of his videos pop up. Thank you for supporting us, Danny. Danny, we talked to, we did an episode of Next Issue with him last month. You can go check that out. He's got an excellent review that we really appreciate. He's got a super dope trailer. Thank you for all the love, Danny.
Really
Can't wait
appreciate
to
it.
Talk to you here. I assume you're going to be in the after show. I'll see you in there. Tyler Janess. Tyler, it's great to see Stegman finally get recognized for great contributions like Kill Your Darlings variants. I agree. Stegman, we've done it. We've put you on the map.
For too long, the incredible contributions of Ryan Stegman have gone unnoticed by the
I will
spear milling
say,
industry.
I did underestimate how big of a hit this was going to be, and those are digital covers, and now I can't sell the original art.
Yeah, you fuck.
Oh.
That's right. It's good that there's no original art. I think Ethan and I would battle each other to the death for all of it. So if we want more books, it's probably best that there's no original art for this one.
Griffin has multiple pieces by me. Ethan, how many do you have?
I have 0 because I'm like the redheaded stepchild of the Supple Boys.
No, it's because Griffin comes over to my house and he's like, "Hey, can I have this?"
I mean, I have paid you for sketches before. All right.
Yeah, sure.
Now I'm reaping the benefits. It is pretty nice. He's just got like it's a whole library of shit that I love. And so I'm just like, Vanish trade? I'll take that. Look at this fucking comp of the Spider-Man book. I'll take that. Pretty good. Let's see. Ethan is.
If I
Ethan,
lived by
we
your
disappeared.
house, we'd be getting lunch all the time.
Oh,
We'd be
we would
hanging
be way closer than me and Griffin are.
Oh Jesus! And then
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, where you guys going?
Yeah, I've taken Griffin out to eat. I've
yeah.
looked through his Tinder for him.
Oh, dude, the early days. That was pretty funny. You were so curious. You were just like, "What is that like?" And I'm just like, "Bad, mostly." And you're like, "All right, let's see what you're working with." And I thought it was a fine profile.
No, you were letting me swipe though. That was great.
Ethan S. Parker, you are the little brother of Peter Parker, Andrew Garfield in The Amazing Spider-Man. It's one of Ethan's favorite compliments to get.
I'll take it. Thank you.
And
yeah,
I appreciate that. Good for Ethan. Pretty good. Anyway, next up is
Leto news.
Oh, let's go, Leto. Do we have a bet going, Ethan, called Will Bob Draw This? No, we currently don't, but we should start one.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
There he goes.
He's going to start it right now. He's got to figure it out.
He's gonna go start a GoFundMe to get the bet money.
Owen says, speaking of Bob Alligator Loki, issue 1 is on stands, the physical collection of Marvel Unlimited's Alligator Loki.
Yeah, I guess they're
here.
doing issues or something like that, or I don't know if they're doing like a full trade. I don't know what it is. All I know is that they made it.
I picked it up. It's a single issue.
Oh, really?
It's beautiful. You want to see it? Have you not seen it?
I've only seen so for those of you that are not familiar with the Marvel Unlimited Infinity comic, it's the thing that all the kids love on the webtoon and the tapas or whatever it is, where it's a big long thing and it scrolls and scrolls and scrolls and scrolls forever. And what happens is once I'm done with it, I just kind of upload it to this website, and then I don't know what they somehow get it on the internet, and then I don't know what happens. But then I got like hey, this is going to go to physical, and I was like, okay, cool. And what they do is they have like a bunch of bullpen designers, and they literally took this big long. I could probably show you the files if you wanted to see them, but like these big long images, and they hacked them up into a pretty coherent comic page, and they were like, hey, here they are. Do you have any notes? And then I gave them a couple of thoughts here and there, but for the most part, I was like, wow, these actually came together really good, way better than I thought they were going to.
That's interesting. Yeah, they do that with those webtoons. My wife reads that Lore Olympus, and they do that, and it is pretty neat.
Yeah. I was like genuinely impressed. I had a couple of things. I was like, how did this get past Tom Brevoort? Because you did a layout this way and he doesn't like it that way or something.
I think it's kind of the best of both worlds. I don't know if I really like I'm not into the vertical scroll, but I know a lot of people are, and that's awesome if it gets you reading comics. And I think it's an interesting, way to sort of play with the format. So but also to do a physical collected edition, I think it's the best of both worlds, and I think we should see more of that shit.
Yeah, it's super fun. Like it's a whole different way of trying to figure out like problem solving and how to lead people's eye around and stuff like that. And I don't know, they're a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing them. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see what happens in the future.
Real quick, Danny said the opening scene. My God,
thank you.
I agree. Who do I have to thank for the card stock? Great print. That is all John J.
Hill. I picked up that book.
All the
it
premium
felt like
shit.
It felt like a significant artifact, right?
Yes.
Like I get all these comps from other companies. We won't say who they are, and it's like toilet paper. These guys,
yeah, they printed it with a fucking thermal printer at a fucking like receipt paper.
Yeah, this is receipt paper, I think.
yeah. That's all John. And we're so grateful that he just fucking knows what the hell he is doing. And there wasn't even like really a conversation. We were just kind of like, well, Vanish feels great. Let's have it. Let's run with all that stuff. And he's like, perfect. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's a little more expensive, but I think it's totally worth it.
100%. Yeah. The art is killer, so I keep buying it. Oh, that's Aiden talking about something epic. Word balloons are a turnoff for word bubbles are a turnoff for me. Look at that.
Agreed.
There we go.
Words. Who needs them?
Nope.
All right, guys. I think you can get some last minute thoughts, some last minute questions maybe in here, but we're about to jump off and start our official after show with the KLC VIP. That's going to be through Zoom. KLC VIP, if you're watching this and you're like, what the hell is he talking about? Go check out the latest post over on KLC Press. There is a Zoom invite waiting for you. If you want to come and chat a whole bunch of spoilers with the team, I assume Ethan will be there. If not, Ryan, you are playing Ethan tonight.
I'm probably not going to be there, actually.
All right. Both
It'll just be
Ethan's-
Griffin and I.
The Ethan understudy is also out.
I'll be there, but I'll
great.
be eating a burrito.
Uncensored Nerds, for podcast interview requests, whom do we contact? Why don't you just hit us up on social media?
Yeah.
Instagram or the bad one. Glow in the dark hologram covers. That would be glow in the dark or hologram covers. I was gonna say both would be tricky.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the foils.
The foil looks good.
Foil looks excellent. Hologram, I don't know. Glow in the dark would be sweet. Glow in the dark would be very good for the next book, Bob.
Oh,
I'm feeling it.
yeah.
I'm feeling it.
That's a good idea.
Ooh, a good little tease. Good little tease to end on, I think.
Bob has a great radio voice, by the way.
Yes, he does.
I've
We
noticed
know.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been told that, but I'll take it.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Ethan would say the same, I assume.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for picking up Kill Your Darlings, giving a read. If you haven't yet, it's at your local comic book shop now. I think it's pretty good. You can go check it out.
I would also agree with that.
Yeah, second printing is coming down the pipeline. Issue 2 is coming. Ethan and I are going to be in New York with a whole bunch of cool shit, and I don't know, maybe a brand spanking new exclusive cover? Maybe. Come check it out. Both these guys are like, yeah, probably. Probably do that.
That's probably.
And
what-
Ryan Stegman will be there. So if you bring him your Ryan Stegman cover, you
I'll
get
sign
a
it.
Ryan Stegman signature.
sign
on it.
that.
How does that feel? You gonna bring your comps? You gonna sell a book with the Supple Boys names on it at your booth? He's like, yeah. definitely.
I like to just show up. So bringing something seems like a lot of work.
I agree. Owen's got the last line. Last thing I have to say is I hope KYD is a book that goes on for a while. Very good stuff. Well, stay tuned, Owen. I think it's going to go for the perfect amount of time.
Agreed.
Thank you once again, everybody. Go subscribe over to klcpress.com. Stay up to date on everything regarding Kill Your Darlings, getting little previews and stuff. And you know when we do interviews and everything. And, of course, you will get early digital copies of the Schlub if you go over there and subscribe. Ryan Stegman's brand new Image comic that he's co-writing with Kenny Porter. Tyrell Cannon is on pencils and inks. And Mike Spicer's doing the colors. And our own John J. Hill is lettering designing that book as well. Issue 2 is going to drop on KLC very, very soon, next few days. We can't wait to share that one with you. Ryan is very excited, as he said at the beginning of the stream. Quit your jobs. Chase your dreams.
Believe in
and,
yourself.
Go read some comic books.
Yeah.
All 4 of them.